There are several different ways to solve for an unknown height, and we'll look at all of them in this course. But the first one that we can do just simply using proportions is by understanding that we can create what's called a similar triangle, which just means that we have triangles with the same shape but with different sizes. We can set up these similar triangles by looking at the shadow that is created by the unknown height and then by some known height at the same time of day so that the angle with the sun is the same. So an example here is if you were trying to cut down a tree on your property, you would need to know the height of that tree so that you could safely cut it down and not hit your house. So here we have a 6-foot pole and we see that it's creating a 4-foot shadow. So that ratio, because the sun is going to be at the same angle at the same time of day, we can set this up with this unknown height of tree, x, with a measurable shadow. If we are able to measure that the shadow is 35 feet, then we can set this up as a proportion and solve. We want to make sure that we're consistent, so we can set this up height to shadow. You could also do shadow to height. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. So I like to write this down just so that I know that I'm being consistent. So the height for the pole is 6, the shadow is 4. The height of the tree is unknown, but the shadow is 35. We cross multiply, and so 6 times 35, we get 210, and 4 times x is 4x. Then we divide by 4, telling us that our height of our tree is 410 divided by 4, or 52.5 feet. Now I did leave off the units because I had them measured the same way. Again, they don't have to be measured the same way. The height and the shadow don't have to be the same units, but the way you've set up your proportion does. So if you have one part of the fraction in one unit, then you need to be consistent among all parts of that proportion.